Hey everyone, it's Xant. Now, this week looks to be another fun one, with a machine that I recognize and a pilot that I've been looking forward to seeing join the ranks. So let's get it going. First off, we're going to talk the welfare machine, the Goof Custom. Now, its first appearance came from the 8th MS, but this suit has been used in other series as a mook suit, or, just kind of a all-rounder, put it in if you need it kind of idea. But can you blame them? It's a banger of a design. Now, the original base of this suit, the Goof, was sidelined when the Dom finally rolled off production lines, but work on the Goof was continued. And eventually, after improvements were made to the weapons, mobility, and frame of the original, the Goof Custom was made as an alternative to the Dom, not a replacement. Time to talk about the weapons. Now, I should note, a large amount of the known armaments aren't hardpoint mounted, so I'm only going to cover the ones that I think are going to find their way in. Mostly stuff that didn't show up on pilot customized machines. So, the Goof comes with a heat wire, which is a magnetic grapple system, and it can release electricity when it's attached to the enemy. It has a 3-barrel 35mm machine gun. It's mounted on the arm, and it also has a mount on the back to hold the Gatling shield. On that note, the Gatling shield as well. It's a Gatling gun, and also stores the heat sword. It can be mounted on the machine gun of the forearm, integrated shield. It has a heat sword, and a 120mm machine gun. Now, this is a bog standard suit with bad guy themes. I love it, and since it's a welfare, extra bonus. Now, on to the gacha stuff. We're going to start with the GP01. No, this isn't a repeat of a few videos ago. This time around, we're getting the full burner. Or full burner? Full burner? Full burner. There we go. Who named this thing? It doesn't really roll off the tongue. Anyways, GP01 was slated to be used by the core fighter unit that makes the, to lack of a better way to phrase it, core of the machine. Unfortunately, GP01 didn't quite hold together until the core fighter arrived, so GP01 was taken back to the operating table and given an overhaul. The end result is GP01FB, the acronym being full burner. Genius. Now, weapons. This has a Vulcan turret set, and 2 beam sabers, a beam rifle with Jute beam saber on the underside. It's like the other suit, it's kind of there in case you can't pull your beam saber out quick enough. A hyper bazooka, a 90mm GM rifle, and an anti-beam shield. So not much variance from the original, but that's fine. We'll see what it looks like in game when it actually comes out. The last gacha machine coming in is the Providence Gundam from Seed. Canonically piloted by the chaotic neutral antagonist Raul Crusade, this suit was the first suit in Gundam Seed to have true Dragoons. Now, this suit was made with, as is par for the course, stolen technology that Xant adapted to their arsenal. The massive backpack is the House of the Dragoon system, and that's the Cosmic Era's versions of bits, or funnels. The Providence is actually one of the most powerful suits in Seed, and almost came to a draw against Jesus Yamato. Imagine being so strong you almost broke plot armor, and it actually takes a doomsday weapon to finally end you. Rao earned his mask, and Providence has one in spirit. Talk about a trooper. Now on to the weapons. Obviously the Providence has a Dragoon system, that's the large backpack, and on this it has 3 large Dragoon pods. They have 9 beam guns per pod, and 8 small Dragoon pods, 2 beam guns per pod. So that's a whopping 43 beam guns, and that's just the Dragoons alone. It also has a Judicium beam rifle. It's large, it's bulky, but unbelievably strong. It's actually many times more powerful than the beam rifles used by the Freedom and the Justice. In canon, anyways. I don't know how that's going to translate to the game. It also has a composite armed shield system, CASS. This is the anti-beam shield on its arm, but integrated are 2 beam guns and a beam saber, so pretty convenient. And lastly, 2 CIWS turret sets, 1 in the head and 1 in the chest, so nothing to write home about there. So yeah, this thing is armed with enough lasers to obliterate most things that are thrown at it, and it can only really keep up with the insane energy requirements due to the nuclear reactor that's built inside of it. So now that we're done with the suits, pilot time. But before that, there is a woeful lack of good full body shots of pilots. I know I'm screaming into the void on this one, but damn would it be nice for reference shots. Now, I've mentioned Chloe before, actually, and it pleases me to see her added to the game. Quite the sight to behold. Now, to boil down her character real fast, as she only has an appearance in Missing Link, and therefore there's not really a lot of presence in the universe, she lost her parents in Operation British, the OG colony drop, which resulted in billions of deaths, and she ended up a test subject of the Hades system. She was one of the pilots of the Pale Rider, and she ended up doped up on drugs that crippled her mind. That's really all there is about her scribbled out. At some point, I think I'll personally take a dive into Missing Links to actually see her story firsthand, as this entire side story is practically undocumented. Last up, Iron Mask. Also known by Kurozo Rona, he hails from F-91 as the masked commander of the Crossbone Vanguard forces. Masked? Commander? He's the baddie, isn't he? A scientist who turned himself into a cyber new type, he had designs to commit effective genocide with bugs, a former bit from F-91. Okay, so yes, a baddie. After being thwarted on that front, he attempted to off Seabook and Sicily, but ended up killing himself instead. That cyber new type enhanced brain clearly did not do much for you, did it? At least the mask looks slick. It's a pretty cool overall gacha, in my opinion. Oh right, the Red Comet multi-mission ended recently, didn't it? Yeah, I found that most people were actually able to play that with minimal issues on this, so hopefully that carries over to ZAM when that comes back. And those 50 hardships a day certainly worked as a bribe to help me form a positive opinion about it. So with that, I'm done. Not gonna yap your ear off anymore, guys. Peace out. See you in the next one.